What do you think?
Mine is Crodman Dune, the flaming sword of fire. Any one of those.
The final fight, Princess Bride. I mean, that was good. By the way, I really want to make that rapier. I really want to make the rapier for Princess Bride. So every video that comes out, if you guys want to see that, yes, Six Finger Man. Yeah, gotta make that. Kill my father. I mean, we got the whole thing. We even know through my brother, not Carrie, my older brother Emery. He's a huge nerd. He does a lot of work. And I don't mean geek, I mean nerd. He does a lot of, in an awesome way, does a lot of work for NASA. If you guys are familiar with the L-Cross mission that launched and they shot a satellite and hit the moon, he was the lead software engineer on that. Through some of those contacts, he actually met some of the actors and stuff for the Princess Bride. So if they do let us do that episode one day, we could possibly get some really cool guys coming out to do the demo, maybe a choreographed fight that you have seen by the guys who did it. So I'd really like to do that. A couple more.
Man. What? Let's have some women talk.
Women. I'm gonna show you one.
Wait. Don't leave.
And you guys might be a little confused when you see this because you might be looking for like the Dragon Slayer or something like that. It's not that. It doesn't look like it would be as heavy as it is. It's really freaking heavy, and
it sucks.
It's not just the heaviness.
It's dangerous.
For instance, put your hands down just a second. I'll call it. When we did Berserk, because of the weight distribution on that, it's just a nice long thing. It was more about length than anything else. We could get it up, let it go, and gravity do the rest. And gravity do the rest. Hint, hint. Anyway, on this specific piece that we're going to show you shortly, it's awkward and it has blades places you shouldn't have blades. So when you just would try to do that lift up thing, it's like so. The struggle was real. It is 5:29. What do you guys think? You want to cut questions for a little bit and see a little sneak peek? All right, we're not going to show the weapon first.
Kelly will do the thing.
Don't say, oh, we're going to show you a little bit of the episode. You want to see the episode or you want to just see the weapon? Nobody's got to see this yet. It comes out on Monday. Okay, one thing. Everybody, including, well, this camera can face at us. Please do not take pictures of this. We could literally get in trouble with our production company. I'm not lying. We didn't get permission. We're just doing it. Definitely don't take video. If I see you guys taking video of it, I don't know. You guys get to be the watermelons in the next demo.
That is really difficult because I can't see where my
Anyway, 10 minutes for a Q&A. We have
we got about 17 minutes left. A couple questions. Before we start taking questions, I want to say thank you to Anime USA. Awesome. We contacted them a little late in the game, but they made room for us. They gave us a panel. Really, really grateful to everybody involved. The staff, super nice. It's a smaller convention, but we absolutely love being here. We'll definitely be here next year. Ilya's more of the anime person. I've only watched a few here and there, old school, like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that. And then he got me into watching the Fate series. So I watched Fate Zero. Currently watching Unlimited Blade Works. So they're trying to convert me, and they're doing an okay job of it. I did used to watch like sci-fi on Saturdays. Remember back in the day when we were little? And yeah, I love those. But it's been a long time, so I'm getting back into the anime. I'm more of the video game, comic book guy, as you see. Is actually my first time I've really done a cosplay other than historical stuff. So I did Wolverine just because that's my all-time favorite character when I was a kid. Grew up watching the cartoon, reading the comic books, all that stuff. But super grateful, very happy that I chose here to do my first cosplay. Seems like everybody here is like super nice. You guys, even all the attendees coming up talk to us have been super cool. Outfits are great. You guys look good every level. This guy's had his hand up forever, so I'm gonna ask you. Yeah, you. Right there. Yeah. Did you have a question? You just stretching?
I was gonna ask, are there any other conventions you guys are planning on going to soon?
We just did Otakon, which was awesome other than the freaking lines. We did KatsuCon before that. We'll probably do Katsucon again. We really would like to do it again. That was our first convention as Man-at-Arms. I mean, I've done conventions my whole life, but that was our first Man-at-Arms convention. So we'd like to do Katsu again. That would be great. If they can get us in to do a panel, that like kind of helps us. We don't. When we come here and do this, nobody pays us. We don't sell anything. Like I even bought those T-shirts out of my own pocket to make sure that we had some cool stuff to give away. No, that's okay. But we literally just come to connect with you guys and like don't hesitate coming to the booth. Ask us questions, hit us up on Facebook. Sorry if we ignore some of the comments and some of the messages. We get flooded. I mean, we get millions of views and we have 3.5 million subscribers on our channel. So can't get to everybody, but while you have the opportunity and you're here face to face, don't hesitate to ask us questions because we're literally here only for you, only to meet you guys and let you see what you want to see. If you don't care about us, that's absolutely fine. If you just care about a specific item, come pet the item, take a picture with it. No, I'm serious. Like, I don't care. Some people don't like us, whatever. Don't like me. I don't care. But I know you like a certain item we made. There's gonna be something in there. Like, you can say, oh, Ilya's an asshole. I miss Tony Swan, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, did you see Kill la Kill? Because that was a freaking awesome episode. Did you see Kill Bill? That was a freaking awesome episode. Did you see Excalibur? That was insane. So, he is an asshole, but nah, he's awesome.
I don't care.
Also, before we take questions, I want to say, I'm going to kiss his butt for a second. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've only been working with Ilya for now like 3.5 years, something like that. He's elevated. He pushes me. A lot of times we come in on the weekends on our own time and do a lot of forging and stuff because I don't get to do any forging. He's pushed me. A lot of times I would just forge a blade and not forge the bevels, just go in and grind the bevels. He's forcing me to do more of that. It's been a pleasure working with him. He drives my skills. I hope I drive some of his as well. So, we really make a good team. The rest of the team too, I mean, Sam's a handful. We don't always get along, but he's got a lot of skills and really he offers his expertise. He is classically trained blacksmith. Carrie, he's my brother, what can I say? Sometimes I hate him, sometimes I love him. He's taught me a lot. He gives us the shop. Even on the worst days when you don't want to deal with Carrie, he gives us the shop and the tools and the opportunity to explore, new skill sets and practice the ones we already have. So everybody involved, even Lauren and I butt heads here and there, but everybody offers something, and it's a real pleasure working with everybody. So we got roughly 15 minutes for questions. Let's go back there. I see you. Yep, you. Yeah, Sam this week is in, I think he's in New York. Next week he's doing a sword class, or like a beginner sword class. He teaches a lot of stuff like that. We have an event every March that we have mostly already. Screw you, Kelly. Mostly blacksmiths and people who are already into it come out for that. It is an expensive event because we burn through like several thousand pounds of charcoal because we do all kinds of different smelts from not just the Japanese stuff you've seen him do. We do some some Viking-esque stuff and some Persian style roots, crucible steels, yeah. So anyway, yes we do, and Ilya and I might be doing some maybe 2 people classes where we just kind of we don't really want to go teach 25 people at a time. But we might do some of that. My brother doesn't really like to have people on the property. It's also his home. So we're gonna expand at some point, and we're gonna look into doing some close one-on-one, maybe 2-on-2 kind of things.
So this is directed at both of you. If you had unlimited time and resources, what is each of your dream build? Be one like weapon or piece of armor, like given infinite time and resources, like the ability to make, what would you want to make?
I would like to redo Setharos Musamuni. Just redo it.
The right way.
Yeah.
How you should do it.
No hesitation, I like that.
I'm gonna hesitate. Shoot. I really wanted to do a Hylian shield. I mean, I freaking begged for that for like several seasons, and that was actually a really weird episode where I was in Florida Keys on kind of a vacation, and I came back 2 days into filming, and they had started, and the way I thought it was gonna get made was, and he knocked that thing out of the park. I didn't really get to do much, but holy crap, for the first time I held that, even before it was painted, I was just like, ah. That was awesome. I want to do another relevant Star Wars build. I really wanted to do it in time for the movie. I grew up Star Wars. This is my bedtime story. I need to go to sleep. Boom, 5 minutes. I hear that. Dude, I'm out before the credits stop rolling. So I'd like a good relevant Star Wars build. If you guys have ideas, I'd love to hear them. We've already thought like different helmets, Boba Fett helmet, Vader, samurai helmet, stuff like that. But weapon-wise, they're kind of like stumped. People want us to do the vibra blades, but it might be a little boring. I don't know. I want to do Chewbacca's crossbow. Maybe shoot some neon tubes instead of lasers. I mean, we could come up with something fun, you know. So I don't know. I haven't really thought about my dream build in a while. But the shield was my dream build because I mean, I played the original Zelda more than there can't be too many people on this earth who played more than me. And if you played the original back in the day, you know the struggle was real. Because you get halfway through that freaking game, all of a sudden there was no more save game on there. You blow the thing out, stick back in, start over. I mean, I did that constantly. Late for school almost every day because of it. Who?
Yeah, she had her hand up.
Would
Yes.
you ever consider doing a build with like a rotating mechanical function like Krieg's weapon from Borderlands 2?
I love the engineered builds that like take a lot of moving or all the things you got to figure out. Those have been the ones that have screwed us like on time. Like the Phantom Blade and stuff like that. There's so much going on there. Even Gunblade, one that hasn't even come out that I can't tell you about. There's those builds. It's not. I don't want to place blame on a specific maker, but when they're out of our hands completely, it's scary. So, and we really are in the forge, and then I'm in the grinding the whole time. So yes, I mean, one of the ones that I want to make that even he doesn't want me to make is I want to do like Ivy's chainswords, like so, or one. There's a couple swords in different animes, different games.
I
that
think
come
there's no
apart,
safe way to demo
There's
it.
no safe way to demo it, so
Just
I might
none.
get like a full chainmail suit when I do that demo. But,
Maybe.
I want to figure out some stuff. Yes, there will be more engineering builds. Yes, they scale the crap out of me.
Well,
Next,
is it,
hold on,
is-
we don't have much time. Don't talk.
Wow.
Speaking too much.
That's fine.
Death Star. Yeah, and that's some things. I mean, that's kind of where we did the hybrids and stuff the first season. That's kind of what they were pushing us to. Like they really wanted us to do like a Super Mario mace, like a turtle shell kind of thing. And like we were really scared about that. Like, wow, you're really gonna mess with the fans. We're just gonna we're not even combining two weapons in that. We're just making something up. But we've been pretty successful. Fans don't, give us so much hate now, just blind hate anyway. We might have some leeway to do some stuff like that, maybe. I mean, people have said Death Star. What was the second half?
Do you ever like Will Turner style stuff? Like, you ever trained with the weapons that you make?
Will Turner. I am Will Turner. I don't know if you know that. No. Yeah, a little bit. Him more so than me. He does a lot of the classical stuff. Most of the stuff I make, even the high-end stuff, like I just finished 2 Damascus swords last week that have been in the process for two years, some of them, and literally the day I finished them, a customer took it home. So I don't really even get to hold them other than for a quick photo, put them in a box and ship them out to a Renaissance festival. But he does make himself armor and swords, and yes, he does use them and keep some. I haven't made myself anything for a while. I made, the little X's on my Wolverine and on my belt buckle, and that's about the only things I made myself in a long time. I made myself a Bollock dagger, but I sold that last week too. Next question, right here in the middle.
Any hopes for a fully metallic bow, kind of like the Dwemer ones from Skyrim?
No comment. Stay tuned. Real soon. Yeah. For me, like I said, like I love the Hylian shield, but as far as the build goes, my brother was kind of scared making some of our builds too complex initially because we didn't know if we'd be able to finish all this stuff in time the first season or two. The one in my head that sticks out where we stepped it up to the next level, and then now it's hard to keep stepping things up, but we stepped it up to this level making the scissor blade. And from there, you know, all of a sudden it was like, well, we did that, so why don't we try smelting our own steel? My brother's like, oh my God, we're not gonna have time. Well, we did it. And it's like, where to go from there? But for me, scissor blade was kind of like the beginning of a new era for Reforged. So that one sticks out in my mind. What about you?
Well, I like traditional stuff, so I think Kill Bill was the thing for me because it was the one time we got to do something that's like essentially historically accurate. It's a katana. No matter, you know, no ridiculousness. You get to keep as close as you can within the format and tradition. So that was it. We don't get many opportunities to do something that's like, oh wow.
That was awesome.
You know?
I love that. He knew he was gonna smelt the steel the way he did and do a katana build traditional as possible. And it was kind of, I don't want to say it was my choice, but it was kind of down to me kind of picking which one it would be. Some people wanted Michonne, but like and we all love, I mean, we both watch Walking Dead. But she states in that show she found it at like a mall. Like it wasn't ever anything, didn't have a good backstory. So like I was a huge Kill Bill fan, and then my ex-fiance and I watched it. She was way more of a fan than I was. And like making that sword kind of put a lot of things in the past for me to rest. And if you know, ex-fiance kind of crap. So that one was awesome too. I mean that was just, I pretty much just kind of assisted him on that, but that was awesome to watch. That is completely legit. People say, no, you must have done this, that. No, he did it the way you do it. He did it better and did it more intricate than most katana makers that say they do it traditional these days do. I mean, he killed it. We got time for a couple more? Not really, but let's do it anyway. Purple.
So for the double helix blade that you guys did for Majora's Mask, so in terms of coming up with how to make that, how difficult of a process was that?
Well, okay.
It should have been very difficult, but it ended up being.
It wasn't that bad.
It just burked it.
Here's the thing. It shouldn't I mean, yes, it should have worked. There should have been some complications. I mean, the grinding sucked, but the forging. I probably shouldn't say this. That's one that Tony said he would never make. So that's kind of why we took that challenge. And yes, we could have just plasma cut the shape and then ground kind of a fake overlap. But we were like, we can forge this. My brother was like, no, we're plasma. No, Elliot, we can forge this. And we talked to him.
I put my foot down. I said, no, we forge it.
We did I forged one half, he did the other. We combined them. It just worked. It was a little wonky. It all came true in the grind. That was awesome. Sometimes I forget about that. I didn't really play, I'll be honest, I didn't really play Majora's Mask. My good friend did. My friend did, and I watched. I mean, you know, that's how big of a gamer I am. So half the time I say I play games, I'm just sitting there watching someone else play a game. I'm like, dude, do this. You know. Anyway, so that was really cool. That was a fun one. And because Tony said he would never do it, we thought we would be like, hey, you know, we'll do it. But he might have ended up doing it if he continued doing the show too. Who knows? Probably not the way we did it though, because I don't think anybody would even have imagined that. A couple more. Red hair.
Are there any materials that you guys haven't gotten to work with on the show that you would like to?
Yes.
Haven't done anything in Woots yet.
Yeah, we have not.
Crucible Steel.
Do
That would be fun, and you know, there's a risk there because you, at any point in time during that forging, you can't bully that metal. There's no such thing as you can't bully a lot of the metals we work with, but you really can't bully Crucible Steel. Right to the very last, like before you quench the blade, you could lose it. So we are going to do that. I can't tell you what we're going to do it for. You will see us do that. There's a build that we did a whole lot of it in silk that you guys it hasn't come out yet. So I don't want to give it away, but I mean, we get to work with some crazy materials, and we do try to, each season, at least throw in one new material or process or both. So we're trying.
It just sounds like a better and better season every time you mention it.
This season that's coming out, I'm pretty proud of. Assassin's Creed that came out last week, that was part of this, and got jammed before a couple of them. There's another monster build other than Halo that's coming out that I really liked, and then there's a couple fun ones, and even one that we filmed a long time ago that keeps getting bumped back. That was kind of fun and shows the struggles. We had a couple failures on that build, and not only the forging but some of the casting, and it's just like, oh. So it shows you we left those in instead of cutting the episode where you didn't see the failures. We left some of them in to show you the struggle. Some people want to see like some of the more realistic stuff. 1 minute. Who's got
Okay,
one?
well,
Go ahead.
I guess
One
bunny
more.
eaters while we're packing.
Go ahead.
Other than the wrist blades, what one piece of the Predator's arsenal and or armor would you like to do?
Man.
Whole thing, why not?
Well, the cool thing is, I'm gonna tell you that I'm not telling anybody else. I ordered for last season. It didn't come a xenomorph, like full-size xenomorph head filled with 9 liters of green goo. So yes, I really want to make something relevant to kill it. But I don't know, man. Predator, the spear is cool. I mean, all their weapons like retract and do crazy stuff. I mean, I would like to do the mask, but you know, Predator. I loved Predator. Predator versus Aliens, that was all, some of them suck, but whatever, I still watch them, I like them, so. I'm looking forward, I love Prometheus, looking forward to the new movies, definitely, it's gonna be awesome, I think. It's back in the original hands of the guy that started it, so hopefully that goes on. Thanks guys, you guys are awesome, appreciate it. Keep commenting, relevant stuff, you know. Take some pictures if you guys like ever post any pictures of this or anything else, or share them on Instagram, tag it Man in Arms, we see it. I interact with as many people as possible.
If you want them at a convention,
Yeah.
let them know, let the organizers know to
Yep.
invite them.
And we're on Facebook, Baltimore Knife.